What's going on, everybody? Bobby O'Brien here today. Got an awesome video for you on how to eat healthy at any fast food restaurant with 5 examples of different fast food restaurants to eat at. And of course, you're not going to be eating, perfectly healthy, but we want to still ensure that you're still seeing weight loss results, even if you're on the go, which I know many of you are that got packed, busy schedules, back-to-back Zoom meetings, or you just simply don't have time to, make, a 30-minute meal with all these ingredients and recipes and whatnot. You need to just grab something quick, but you still want to be able to eat healthy and still make it somewhat enjoyable so you can continue to see those consistent weight loss results. And I'm going to show you how to do that today with those 5 examples. So if you like videos like this, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and message me on Instagram at It's Bobby O'Brien if you want some more information about my program and how I can help you. Or if you simply just got some questions, you're more than welcome to just message me on there. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So how to eat healthy at any fast food restaurant. Number 1, the first example that we're going to go over is, of course, McDonald's being the big one, right? So the main thing that you're going to see here with me breaking down all these different fast food restaurants and their menus, I'm going to be screen sharing each menu here, is that we want to get some higher fat, higher protein foods, right? Mainly being meat. So you can get that good initial insulin response and get fully satiated. Now, is McDonald's going to have the best quality meat? No. But what's nice about McDonald's is that they do not cook their meat in seed oils. They just use the animal fat. And you can test this out like I did recently in a video that I posted on Instagram, going up to the drive-thru and asking them if they cook their meat in seed oils, and they don't. It's just in the animal fat, so you're not going to have to worry about getting any hydrogenized trans fat in your meat, which is great. So what I would do then, if I were to be at McDonald's, and I've done this before, is just order the ground beef patties just themselves, right? And if you want to add in some extra vegetables, you can add in some tomatoes. You can add, certain cheese. Although I don't think at McDonald's they offer anything else besides American cheese. I could be wrong on that. If they do, it just depends on your location. If they offer anything else besides American cheese, that would be great if you can just get them to melt that on, and then you got tomatoes and lettuce or any other vegetable that you can add in there. Once again, vegetables will give you some sort of a postprandial insulin response, but it's not going to be near as prominent as an insulin response that you'd be getting from the hydrogenized trans fat that you'd be getting inside of your French fries, the processed bun here. That's probably most likely also got some seed oils trickled on it, as well as any of the garbage, any other garbage here. The BS shakes, McFlurries, sundaes. We just want to avoid all that, and of course the sauces here are going to have additional seed oils as well. So, eating a meal like that, once again, higher fat, higher protein foods, getting just a burger patty, getting some Swiss cheese, and then maybe sprinkling a little bit of vegetables on there with some tomatoes or lettuce if you'd like to do that, and then mashing it all up. You have like a big meat pie almost, if you will. And you're going to be getting a good hormonal response from that. Once again, is the meat the best quality? No, but it's way better than just ordering whatever there is on the menu, getting a number 1 right there as you see on the top of the screen, a Big Mac, and then just, going ham with, a side of fries and whatever else you decide to order for a drink, or if you order any of this garbage on here. This way you actually get something that tastes somewhat good, but has literally nothing that's going to aggravate the function of insulin or basically put you in a position where you're gaining weight. So we're going to move on to the next one here, which is Chick-fil-A. I apologize for the quality. I couldn't find a menu that had better quality, but you get the idea, right? Everyone knows the classic Chick-fil-A menu, spicy deluxe, Chick-fil-A nuggets, chicken strips, and of course, we're going to go over this one here today, the grilled chicken club, right? Or you can get a wrap too. We're going to go over more than one option, right? We have a little bit more flexibility here. Chick-fil-A is a little bit better, but I would not get the spicy deluxe chicken sandwich just because it's going to be deep fried chicken. And you can obviously tell just by looking at it. It's not going to be natural chicken like you can see here, or even these grilled chicken nuggets, which is another option we'll go over. Of course, I would eliminate any sauces that's going to, if you were to look at the ingredients of these sauces, there's going to be seed oils in there. Once again, we don't want to include that at all whatsoever. It's going to put you in a position where we're going to aggravate the function of our hormones, and you're going to see that build up inside of your fat cells, and you're going to see some weight gain from that. And we want to eliminate as much in the way of seed oils as possible. So eliminate the sauces and go for one of these three here, right on the top of your screen on the right here. Grilled nuggets, no sauce, would be great if you get just the entree. You can get multiple counts, right? You get 8 to 12. I'll go with 12 sometimes. And grilled chicken's way better than fried chicken. Same thing here. Grilled chicken club, Colby Jack cheese, way better than American cheese. And I must add here that American cheese is probably one of the other biggest downsides to fast food eating, because American cheese is processed on average at about 50%. So at that point, it's really not even cheese. But Colby Jack, much better alternative. Not the best cheese I would recommend, still somewhat processed to an extent, but it's not going to be near as ultrally processed as the American cheese. And of course, the grilled cool wrap, with grilled chicken, lettuce, cabbage, and carrots and cheese. If you get Colby Jack with that would be great. And then if you could take the wrap off, that would be even better, because now you got all this meat, vegetables, and natural carbohydrate sources that you're just eating all in one. So those are three options that you can go for with this particular option here at Chick-fil-A. So once again, I'm just going here. I'm just looking at what's in front of me on the menu. There may be other options as well, but that's probably the big one. But you can do this with any fast food restaurant. It's the same theme, getting some higher fat, higher protein foods from an animal source. If you can, as a bonus tip, making sure that meat's not cooked in seed oils, and then getting some additional, vegetables or fruit on the side, like just getting those side orders, which I'm going to show you here in a second. You're going to be in a good position to eat healthy or eat somewhat healthy and still be losing weight. So next one here is Taco Bell. Many of you would think, man, how the hell am I going to eat healthy at Taco Bell? Well, there's actually plenty of different options. We just need to make sure that we cut out the shell or any wrapping, right? Or any flour tortilla or corn tortillas. Of course, because that's not necessarily going to give you a very holistic, insulin response. It's just not going to give you a good insulin response. So Burrito Supreme, right? Literally any of these, grilled stuffed burrito, taco supreme, you can literally do all of them with no shell, right? But you're probably thinking, oh man, that's gonna suck. Just getting the ground beef. Well, you can keep the cheese, you can keep the tomatoes, and you can keep the sour cream even if you want to. Not necessarily that bad. On top of that too, you can also get some additional side orders. You can get an additional side of guacamole, which is certainly fine. Plenty of benefits that come with eating avocados and guacamole. And you can also get an additional side of pico de gallo. Mix that all in, and then once again, you got a big meat pie with a bunch of natural carbohydrate sources such as fruits and vegetables. And you could do that with almost anything on the menu except for like the quesadilla and things like that, and this like stupid Mexican pizza, that's just going to have nothing but garbage in it, and you really can't, substitute that near as well as you can with the tacos. So I would go for that for sure. And yeah, just see if you can find a way to it's really simple. All you got to do is just go to the drive-thru, eliminate the shell, eliminate the flour tortilla, and then add in some additional side orders such as guacamole, pico, or whatever other side order that you choose that comes from a natural source of carbohydrates. So next one. So we're going to go over the menu for Chipotle. Probably the easiest place, if not one of the best places to eat out if you're looking to still lose weight and have some flexibility with your diet. The bowl is probably the way to go. Getting, any of their meats is just fine. Chicken, grilled chicken, beef fajita, whatever it may be. I think they even do ground beef, and you can get, all those side orders that you see here. The rice and beans, certainly way better than getting fries, jalapenos, onions, tomatoes, bacon. Even if you wanted to throw some chorizo in there, you can make it taste pretty damn good while still including some pretty healthy options. The only downside with Chipotle, though, which is why they're kind of low on this list, is that they do cook their meat in seed oil. So I would just keep that in mind whenever you're, looking for options on the go. I'm going to kind of rank them here in a bit and just kind of round them all up. But I would keep that in mind, knowing that Chipotle does cook their meat in seed oils. And it's mainly peanut oil, which is very inflammatory, way too much in the way of omega-6, linoleic acid. So Jack in the Box. So probably another one that you would think, man, how the hell could I eat healthy here? So sourdough Jack is probably one of my favorites to go to if I am on the go and I only have Jack in the Box around. It's not my number one option, but getting a sourdough Jack without the bun once again, getting some higher fat, higher protein foods from the meat, seeing if there's a way that they can, not cook the meat in seed oils. It kind of depends on the location. I've heard different things with each Jack in the Box. There's been one I've been to here in Texas that certainly does cook their meat in canola oil. There's been another one I've gone to in Louisiana that will basically, find a way for you to cook your meat in a separate pan. And it may take a little bit longer, but it just depends on the location again. So I would see if you can just ask the person at the drive-thru window if it's possible that you can get your meat cooked in butter. And even if it takes an extra minute of your time, it's going to be worth it. If you have that time to sacrifice, that would be great, because you can put yourself in a position where you're not getting any hydrogenized, trans fat in your meat. And then, of course, what's nice about Jack in the Box is that they have other options for cheese. You can go with Swiss cheese. I think you can even do Colby Jack, being that it is Jack in the Box. They are probably 90% sure that they do serve that, but for sure they do serve Swiss and provolone, different white cheeses. And you can put that on your meat, take the bun off. Once again, similar with McDonald's, add in some lettuce, add in some tomatoes or any other natural carbohydrate source. And then you could even throw in some avocado too, which they do serve as a side order. And then you can keep stacking those on. Keep testing out your options. Some places are going to serve avocado, some aren't. Pretty much all these options that we're going over in this video today are going to serve some avocado or guacamole of some sort, which adds a whole lot of flavor, adds a whole lot of satiety, and a lot of potassium, magnesium, and many other beneficial nutrients that are vital for weight loss. That would be a big one to add that in. If you do like avocados, I think that would be great. And then you can continue to add it even more if you want to get more satiety and make your meat taste even better, because it's one thing just to eat just meat, but it's a whole nother thing just to get, main course of meat, maybe get a couple extra ground beef patties, put some Swiss cheese on there that's not American cheese, and then add in all sorts of different side orders to throw on the top and then mix it in, being mainly natural carbohydrate sources. So that's basically it. Those are the 5 that we just went over there. A lot of different options. And really just to kind of round it all up, with each place, we went over 5 different fast food restaurants, but in total, we probably went over, 10 to 15 different options that you can get in total. There's literally no excuse. You can find a way to eat healthy even while you're on the go. Excuse me. You can find a way to eat healthy on the go, without a doubt, guaranteed. As long as you follow that rule set, eating higher fat, higher protein foods from the animal fat and the ground beef, making sure, as a bonus tip, you're not cooking that meat in seed oils, and you're adding in some cheese that is not American cheese, and you're getting some natural carbohydrate sources on top of that. You find a way to do that, which you really can at literally any fast food restaurant. I haven't found a fast food restaurant, where this is basically, not possible. I don't know what that thumb is doing. But yeah, I really have not run into a fast food restaurant where I wasn't able to do that and they didn't have some sort of flexibility. There may have been times where they wouldn't let me cook my food or wouldn't cook my meat in butter. Because they were using a really flat big pan or flat big grill for everything, and it was already cooked in seed oils anyway. That's the only issue I've run into in terms of eating, on the go. But besides that, there's a lot of flexibility here. And in terms of ranking these restaurants, I would probably say that even though this sounds so counterintuitive, that McDonald's might be the best, just because of the flexibility that you have with those seed oils, and making sure that you can actually, you can solidify that your meat is being cooked in the animal fat. They don't put any seed oils on the grill. You're not going to be getting the hydrogenized trans fat, which is the number one thing that makes fast food so bad, is that they don't use butter. They really can't even, maybe they can afford to, but they would have to cut their profit margins by a decent margin. If they had to go from, a few dollars of, let's say a container of seed oils such as canola oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, etc., versus a $5 single stick of butter. It's a big difference. And they know that, and they want to be sure that they're getting some profit out of this. So they're not here to make friends. Let's just say that. But, McDonald's is probably number 1. Chick-fil-A, I'd probably put them at number 2, just because they have a lot of options for grilled chicken, but once again, it just kind of varies with, them being able to cook your food in seed oils or butter. I've had different experiences at different places. Taco Bell, pretty much the same thing, but what's really nice about them is they have a wide variety of options, and the side orders are great and taste way better. Chipotle, reason they're not number one, obviously, is because of the seed oils, so the same thing that you're seeing here, and then Jack in the Box, same thing. But, of course, if you can eat at home, go for it. If you can do a little bit of meal prep, which really doesn't take that much time, especially if you follow my, rule set of getting like 3 burners, 3 separate pans, cooking 3 different forms of meat, chicken, seafood, salmon, ground beef, or whatever you choose. It's a higher fat, higher protein option. And then you get some vegetables of your choice. Cooking in the microwave, you do mixed veggies if you wanted to, or even just some fruit that doesn't even need to be cooked, like a banana or apple, whatever it may be, orange. And then put that all into a container. Lay out 6 containers on the countertop, put that all in and mix it in. That would be optimal, because then you can really control basically what you're eating. You have more control over it, and you can control if it's cooked in seed oils or if it's not. You can't do that as much at fast food restaurants, but you can definitely still see results and have some flexibility with your diet. Chris did this a whole lot. Basically, had to do this all the time. He was constantly on the go. He, worked on ACs, so he didn't really have time to, do a whole lot in the way of meal prep, even if it was like for 15 minutes. Even though it's nice if you can do that, you can make meals for the next 3 days. Chris just didn't have the ability to do that most of the time. So this really helped him. And I feel like many of you, men out there that are looking to lose weight consistently and just got a busy schedule and just don't have time to, make your meals, or if your wife doesn't have the ability to do so, or whatever it may be, this is a great option. And I think this video will be very, very helpful for you. So if you would like more of a customized approach on how you can get things a little bit more personalized to you in terms of making sure that we solidify that you're getting options like this in your diet every single day, and covering a whole wide variety of many other fast food restaurants that may be in your area, as well as restaurants that you would actually have to sit down at. We can go over that as well and do many reviews on one-on-one calls. We can dial everything inside the messenger, inside of my all-in-one app with Trainerize. And then, of course, everything else would play a role with your meal plan and your customized workout program. And I know that some of you that have been watching this for a while now would be interested in that. And if you would like to just go ahead and take action today, feel free to click the link in the video description, and we can get started right away, so we don't have to waste any time, so you can see results as quickly as possible. So I hope you enjoyed the video. You know what to do. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at itsbobbyobrien for more information, and I will see you in the next video.